Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Zali Rosé, your favorite YouTuber, and in this video I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to enjoy being single. If you're somebody that is single and you're watching this video, to truly enjoy it, because I feel like when you say that you're single, apparently you must be so deprived and you're depressed and nobody loves you and nobody cares about you, and it's just this horrible thing going on. And that's not the case. I was literally at the gym and this guy came up to me. He was like, "Are you single?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And he literally said to me, "Something must be wrong with you," and literally walked away. Went to his friends, chatted up with his friends, came over to me, and then was like trying to talk to me. And I was just like, "No, I'm not gonna talk to you." That was so disrespectful. But it's just been so funny how people think like, oh my god, like if you're single, you are depressed and you're miserable. No, I'm not gonna lie, I have been single for almost 2 years now, and it's completely by choice. I mean, I don't think it's difficult going into a relationship, or there's a lot of people outside, but me being single is completely by choice. Like, I choose to be single. There's a lot of girls out there, even men, that choose to be single, but maybe they're not enjoying it as much. So these are like few things that I've learned on the way to actually enjoy being single. The first thing I'm gonna say is change your perspective on it. So how I changed my perspective was actually through somebody. There was this guy that I met. I was in a relationship for about 5 years, and we broke up. And then after that, like, I was going out a lot to network for my business, and I was meeting a lot of people. And I remember meeting this guy, and I don't think he knew how impactful a lot of the things that he did and say was to me. Like, this was like my early obsession starting up, my early obsession with like real estate. I really want to like learn about real estate, and he is a real estate agent. I'm at the end of completing my degree, and I just want to complete my degree before I go into like studying real estate or becoming a real estate agent, something of the sort. He would have conversations and stuff like that about it, and I remember we became really good friends. He lived in like one of those apartments that I always want to live in, like the high rise with the glass and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I want to live in one of those apartments so bad. And I remember him saying to me, we were having a conversation on the phone, and he's saying to me like, I'm selling my apartment to buy a house. And I'm like, but based on the house that he was talking about, it was like a big house, like a 5-bedroom house. I'm like, you're gonna do that to buy such a big house? Like, are you gonna live by yourself? But his answer and his response to that was, I'm buying it for my wife. And I was like, and this is a person that has been saying that they're single. So I was confused. I was like, what wife, And he was like, I haven't met her yet, and I want, when I meet her, she has a home already. And then that just was such an eye-opening conversation for me, because it changed the perspective of how I was dating and how I was thinking. Now he's engaged, because I don't know what's happening in 2024 in this year, but a lot of people that I know personally, I have gotten engaged, and there's a lot of people on social media are getting engaged. I do not know what is in the water, okay? And he's not engaged, and it wasn't even long. I think it's about 4 or 5 months of knowing the girl, and he got engaged to her. And based on how he talked about this girl, I knew that she was the kind of girl that was preparing, in terms of like her mentality, her spirituality. Everything about her was preparing to be a wife, while he was here preparing to be a husband. And with looking at things from that perspective, it changed my trajectory to think of like, I'm not gonna go out looking and searching for a person or anything like that. I do it from a mindset of like, I am preparing to be the kind of wife that that person would want me to be. I'm preparing to be a certain type of mother that my children need me to be, and I'm preparing to be a certain type of woman in myself. So when you change your whole perspective, and then now that changed my perspective into learning how to enjoy these moments, because in my head the next guy that I do see myself with is going to be my husband, is going to be the father of my children. That's what's going to happen. I believe in speaking over my life, so call me delusional, but that is what is gonna happen. And then it's these little moments when I wake up in the morning and like I get my little cup of coffee and da 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 da. I know that a couple months or a couple years from now, who to tell, I'm gonna be waking up to a bunch of noise. There's no silence, you know. So when you look at things from that perspective of like enjoying these moments because you are not gonna experience them again, it makes you get excited for the future rather than sitting down being sad about not having somebody. And I think when you look at it from that angle, it's like I'm not gonna lie, some days I'm like, oh my god. But most days I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so excited for who's my husband. Like I'm excited about him, you know what I mean? But whenever that time comes. So I think when you really go into yourself and change your perspective rather than look at it as like this depressing sad thing right now in your life, and look at it as enjoying these moments that you will never be single. Well, if you want to get married or whatever, but this is the moment where you are single, where you get to be selfish and make certain decisions yourself, where you get to wake up at a certain time and do things a certain way. Your life revolves around you and only you right now. When you get married and you have kids, your life revolves around you, your kids, and your husband. You have to make decisions and conscious decisions for that person in consideration of them. So when you start to look at life from that angle and that perspective, you start to enjoy being single. Like you start to enjoy it. Okay, the second thing that I'm gonna talk about is have hobbies. You know what I mean? Like create hobbies. You know, like now my new hobby is YouTube. I don't even want to think of it as a hobby. I just feel like over the years I've been wanting to commit myself to YouTube. It's been like, maybe people don't care about what I have to say, like, no, maybe, you know what I mean? I've been very doubtful regarding it, and I was just like, no, I think this is the year where I'm going to like commit myself to it. So it's finding hobbies, finding things that you like that also like develop your future as well. You know, like go to the gym, you know, get your body right, you know what I mean? Hobbies, like I'm gonna try golfing very soon. Why? Because I want to, because I just want to try it. Can't say I never try it. Okay, there's just so many hobbies to do, and I've always talked about this. Hobbies are not watching TV and binge eating series. That's not a hobby. That is just convenience. Like that's not a hobby. Okay, so I'm sorry to break it to you, that's not a hobby. So find hobbies, find things that you like to do. Just find hobbies. Use this time to really network. If you have a business, really network and get to know people. And you know what I mean, like your husband might be somewhere in that network scenery. You might never know, you know. So just have hobbies. Like hobbies are so important. Reading books, going to the gym. If you have friend groups, personally I don't have a lot of friends like that, but if you do have friend groups, then that's good. Find things that you do, you know. Try Pilates. I think that's going around on TikTok. It was always there, but now it's like it's popular, I guess. Try new things, you know, try fun things, go to yoga, like try things. And I promise you guys, a lot of these things that you would want to do is not even that expensive. Like if there's something that you really want in this life and you want to prioritize it for yourself, you will find a way to make do with what you have in that situation. You know what I mean? I think a Pilates class is like $3,000 something. Yeah, instead of going into KFC drive through, I'm talking to you, put that together and try it. Just try it. The next thing and the last thing and I'm gonna talk about is romanticize your life. Romanticize your life, because I feel like a lot of us, we crave relationships sometimes because we want to go on the dates, we want to get the roses, we want to get like the little nice stuff, the little perks of having a little boyfriend that likes you, and the little cute texts and the good morning beautiful messages and stuff like that. You know, I have this poster in my room where when I wake up, the first thing I see, it says, it's like, good morning beautiful, and I'm like, you know. But really romanticize your life, and I mean like whatever you would want a man to do for you, do it for yourself. You know, it started with me. Like I love going on dates, and I prioritize taking myself on dates. Like I will sit down with a notebook and I'm like, okay, so I'm planning a date. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to try? And I will romanticize that entire day as if like I have a whole relationship, because you know, like I will go out and I will go to the movies, I will go and get myself roses, I will go take myself on dates, I will take myself like out to places, take myself to have drinks. Like I will take myself out on dates. Like I prioritize it. I have an account just for that, self dates, you know what I mean? And the thing is, why you do this is because sometimes we just want that attention that comes in being in a relationship. And when you start giving it to yourself, when a man actually do come into your life and he doesn't see the benefit of romanticizing days with you, you're not gonna settle. When you start doing certain things for yourself, when a man enters your life, you are likely not to settle for just anything. And the more you create this level of self-love and you develop yourself certain way and you heal yourself certain way, it gets harder, because it's just like I do so much for me, not in like a cocky way as like, oh, I'm gonna do all of this, I'm gonna need a man, not in that way, but in a sense of like I do so much for me, and the man that enters my life is gonna have to be God sent. honestly. But really prioritize romanticizing your life. If going on dates, if doing certain things is something that you want in a relationship, start doing it for yourself and you start enjoying yourself more, you know. So as I said, take these moments to enjoy these moments, because these single moments is you're never gonna get it back. The moment to do self-growth, self-development, self-love, prioritizing yourself, being selfish, being in tune with yourself, your body, what you like, what you dislike, everything. The world literally revolves around you right now, and it will never be like that again. Not saying like you're gonna go in a relationship that is gonna tie you down and suffocate you, no, but it's gonna change. So my thing is, this is my way of enjoying my process, and as I say, it's like also in the first thing I was talking to you guys, it's also preparation as well, because I don't look at it as like, oh my God, I will never have somebody. I know I will have somebody. I know God is gonna send me like a great man, and I'm so excited for that. but it's also like I know he's coming, I know he's on his way, and I'm just trying to do my part so I can be a great wife, a great mom, I just want to be a good girl, you know. So and I know he's out there, you know, preparing for me, doing his mental health, mental growth, you know, probably buying a house for us and them kids that we gonna have. Like, he probably doing the most for me right now, and I'm doing the most for him. So that's how I look at it, guys. So don't be sad, don't make nobody make you feel bad, because I see so many people are in relationships that are so depressing. Like, they're literally scared to be alone, and you can see it, so they take anything because they'd rather not be alone. And it's so crazy, because please understand, if you are not growing and if you're not doing the self-development that you need to do, you cannot attract the man that God has for you, the man that the universe has for you, because you're so focused on what is not for you. You're messing it up. Like, your future person is literally probably driving past you every single day, but because you are not at the mental space and the spirituality that you need to be at to attract this person, he will always just drive by you, because you're over here focusing on toxic John that is just ruining you, your mental health, your mental space, just ruining you. Toxic John, you know. So yeah, guys, just enjoy the moment, just enjoy. It will not be forever. It's a beautiful moment, but when the time comes, the time is gonna come, and it's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be lovely. So until then, enjoy being single, girl. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and comment below other videos that you guys want to see.